Good evening, everyone. I appreciate your patience. I know it's hard to follow Formula Trout sometimes. I struggle myself. I'm here tonight with Quizno. Hopefully you can all see me on the correct stream this time. We're currently 5 minutes into qualifying. We'll go straight to trackside, and hopefully you can all hold my hand through tonight's race, as we are in Bahrain. Man, I'm so annoyed I have to repeat myself right now, but I bring it upon myself. So 15 minutes left in qualifying. Who are we going to see on pole tonight? At the moment we've got Jack Smith in the newly formed team. Insert team name here. Quizno. Who is this team I'm talking about that Jack Smith is representing tonight? Yeah, just a quick glance at the register will tell you. But anyway, following in from Australia, what happened in Australia as Jack Smith pulls into the pit after his provisional pole? Christ on a bike. Maxi's not even in a flipping right livery. So Australia, we had Ermis Riss starting from the back of the grid, nearly being able to snatch it away from Only Vision. Really? They should be able to hear you. Shall I just turn the music off completely? They should be able to hear you, my boy Quizno. But yeah, so we had Ermis Riss starting at the back of the grid after a qualifying ban. Nearly managing to snatch a win away from Only Vision, who had a surprise win. Only Vision, I mean Clank Hughes. Needs to get that name into my head. So we go on track with Ermis Riss as he tackles one of the hardest corners in the track. Yeah, Only Vision stealing a win from around the noses of Hygo Palm and Paul Magzire, who battled it out throughout the race. Unfortunately ended in tears several times. The stewards had a great time tackling all those incidents, but great racing nonetheless. Those guys, definitely going to be seeing more of that throughout the season. So
I got that team information for you. Jack Smith racing for Vermin Racing DAC.
Oh, right, okay, brilliant.
And I hear myself coming through on the stream.
That's probably because my earphones are too close to the microphone.
They're saying better. Good evening, chat. Good evening, viewers.
Yeah, I need to get that chat up. I need to see what these boys are roasting us. Who they're supporting tonight. But looking at previous attempts at Bahrain in this season, Bahrain being quite a popular track in Formula Trout, it's featured in several seasons now. Hygo Palm going fastest with a 128.3. Definitely going to be seeing 127s by the end of qualifying, without a doubt. Speaking of Hygo Palm, has to be on his best behaviour tonight after earning 3 penalty points last race. Managed to hold on to the position with no time penalties, surprisingly.
Let's talk about the incidents from Australia.
Yeah, I mean, to say there was a couple of incidents would be a bit of an understatement. But there were a few connections with Hygo Palm and Paul Magzire. Occasionally, Tommy Yilitalo would get caught up in that.
The most notable incident from Australia was the contact in the pit lane between Hago and Paul Magsire.
Yeah, you're right there.
That was the game changer that allowed Clank Hughes to pull up into first and win the.
Well, you know, that was one of many incidents.
That was
you're right there.
one of them, but that was a big one.
Yeah, you're right there. And you know that just gave Clank Hughes the ability to just, you know, be in clean air, focus on what he has to do, and that's exactly what he did. You know, until Hermes finally made his way through the pack. I mean, he was just 17 seconds clear, you know, and probably could have kept that going. Yeah, it wasn't until Hermes was finally let free and set loose, he was actually chipping away. But I mean, I don't have any doubt in Clank. He probably could have kept that going.
Now that pit lane incident from Australia had a bit of a rules change or a rule clarification. It looks like for future races, we're allowing drivers to go full throttle into the pit.
Well, you know, drivers, I trust them
It's
to.
allowed.
Yeah, I trust them at the end of the day to be able to make the right decision, whether or not they want to go fast or slow. Just take into consideration the surroundings. You know, just as they would be, you know, on any other part of the track. I mean, at the end of the day, I can understand why the likes of Hago Palm would be disgruntled after, you know, essentially you could see it as his race being ruined. You know, you don't know what's going to happen, really, as Nico Anders comes into the pit and spins out. Proof that if you go in full throttle, you're not always going to be able to brake properly, especially if your pit is so close.
A little interesting.
I mean, who knows? As the league goes on, we might develop these rules. We want to kind of have some kind of app integration that allows us to do all this.
From our viewers, that co-commentary is a
little quiet.
Yeah, so you probably want to, in OBS, raise the desktop volume, but in your Windows mixer, lower the race.
Am I too loud?
So
is that the
Discord
question?
Is louder. Well,
Discord's louder.
Okay.
Louder. I'll try and turn you up. But as we're talking, Hermes broke into the 127s with a 127.9, and Hago Palm, well, just did even better. 0.2 faster. As Wolf improves and goes 7th with a 128.6. Now into the last 7 minutes of qualifying.
Hermes holds the current lap record during practice. It's a 125.
125 point
7.
Yeah. That's interesting. Going on past performances at Bahrain. I mean, Maxi last season took the win. He was up against the likes of Courageous, who, interesting name, only performed with us for one race, unfortunately. It would have been nice to see, you know, what he was capable of. But yeah, continuing on from that, with previous performances, the pole
Did I race here last season or 2 seasons ago?
I'm not too sure. But last year's pole was 128.1, so we've definitely beaten it, especially with these newly developed cars from this season. Thanks to the likes of Flag to Flag, who are co-hosting this season with us. They host their own version of our calendar. We share the same calendar, and yeah, these guys are basically been around the block. They know exactly what they're doing. They know, you know, how to control the car, exactly what they want it to do, and they put on some great racing. They race every Wednesday. We'd like to see more cooperation between both leagues. So So yeah, go give them a look, see, flag to flag. There's their plug for tonight.
You could bring up the desktop audio some more.
Desktop audio, okay. I do apologise. I did turn it down a little.
They're saying cars are a little quiet.
Yeah, that's understandable. But yeah, 5 minutes left in qualifying. As Clank Hughes just about scrapes a 128, 128.05. Nico Anders also joining the 128 club. This grid is slowly shaping up as people are finding space in the traffic and the ability to push the car. What's the grip at? What's the track grip at?
Track grip is currently 97%.
97%. Okay. So I wonder if we'll actually get to see these cars being pushed to the the limit, because might not be able to reach full track grip in time. I do love Bahrain because you can, the brake discs, they glow so well around this track. You can almost see the whites in the driver's eyes as well.
That's the reflection of the lights in the visor.
So Jans van Dirk getting a 128 flat. Someone loses it in the background. Christoph Boozer. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing that name properly. Doing a 127.9, so third driver to get into the 127s tonight. Wonder if Maxi Junger will actually be able to get in there, as he is in the pits currently.
Before qualifying, he didn't seem too pleased with the start of the session. Bit of a hiccup, a bit of a struggled start, whatever you want to call it. The league moderators, the league dictators, whatever you want to call them.
Why? What's
the stewards? There we go. The event organizers. That's the real world.
Race directors.
The race directors had a little bit of a tough start for this session, and some of the drivers weren't too happy.
It's a shame. I'd love to hear their feedback. Of course, I mentioned earlier, Bahrain is a popular track with this league. Maxi isn't the only winner at Bahrain though. Clank Hughes in season 3, when he was racing for Manor Racing, the days before F0. And the fastest lap back then was a 129.2, so you can see over the years the lap times are getting faster. As Ermis Riss breaks into the 126s with a 126.8. Paul Magzire joins the rest of the gang in the 27 club. Hopefully not that 27 club though.
We're gonna get letters for that.
Bahrain in season 2. We had the likes of Maxi's won at Bahrain twice. I'm gonna go ahead and probably guess that he probably won it when we raced in the Formula 1 2016 as well. Oh, look at that, 3 times. So he, Maxi knows his way around this track. So what's going on tonight, eh? It isn't going his way. Thank Hughes for the 127. Qualifying session is currently over. Everyone will be seeing if they can do better on this current lap. Running with Maxi in the liveryless car. Currently 1.1 second up on his current lap. It's a quick one. Into the 27s at least.
Somebody stopped on track.
Don't know if he'll be able to get it in. Still gaining. It's looking good. 127 flat. Puts him 4th currently. On board with Hygo. Not a good lap from him though. Can Clank Hughes improve? No, he cannot. He pulls into the pits. Looks like no one else is on a good lap. Gans Van Dijk. Eighth fastest. Dave Southwood unable to improve. Looks like that is the end of qualifying.
Don't forget.
Yeah, I won't forget. Race, of course. So, looking back, some people didn't set times. I say some. Tommy Ulatalo. I'm sorry if I haven't pronounced your name properly.
Ulitalo, according to chat.
Ulitalo.
Getting some pronunciation tips in there.
Oh, that's what we need right now. Need elocution lessons. But yeah, looking back at the current session, Ermis Riss going fastest on the Ultra Softs with a 126.8. Hygo Pom, the other Estonian, 127 flat. He will be on the front row with him on the Hyper Softs. Paul Magzai in 3rd on the Ultra Softs. Maxi in 4th on the Hypers, Jack Smith in 5th on the Hypers, Clank on the Ultras. Do you want to read out the rest for me as I get this camera set up? Sorry, I should read the rest of the grid order, but I'm going to prioritize the race start because this is what we always get wrong.
Yeah, I had to quit out for a sec.
Oh Jesus! 10 seconds before the lights go out. Not like this. The engines are revving. The race is about to start. Bahrain GP. And it's a jump start from Ermis. It's a jump start.
Oh no.
Fairly clean though. Fairly clean. Some people going off. But it's a brilliant start nonetheless. Let's go alongside them. Ermis Riss currently leading. He'll have to start pulling away though if he wants to make something of this and make up for his mistakes. That was definitely a jump start though. Hagopom gaining. Get that track map up. Let's see the corner numbers. CPU occupancy at 99%. You know it's a good race. Did you see that?
Yeah, I know what that's like.
So the computer might crash, guys, but until then, this is the only place you're going to see one of the best races of this year.
I can't even join. What's going on?
So, what is Irmis going to do? I mean, he definitely jump start. Is he going to pull into the pits now? He decides not to. How many laps has he got? We're going into turn 1. Braking roughly at the 100 meters. Clipping the apex. And you want to just ease your way into that throttle. It's just such an easy way to lose your car. The back end just wants to escape. Braking just after the 100 meters. Another tricky corner. Bit of a late turn. And now it's a fast and right, left hand. Just want to clip those curbs. You don't want to lose it. Slow down into one of the trickier sections of the track. Right into 9 and 10. So many ways to take that turn, but so many ways to lose it as well. Hagopom keeping it together though. Braking around about the 50 meters. Gonna leave it too late though, the track quickly runs out. Uphill now, hug the right, brake on the left, flick it in. Full beans now. Let's see, he is within DRS. Lap 3 about to unlock DRS. Not yet though. As Irmis pits, Hagopom, fastest lap, no, goes to Irmis wrist apparently. I don't believe that for a second. Paul Magzai is quick on his tail though, and I'm getting flashbacks from Australia all over again. Current lineup: Hagopom, Paul Magzai, Jack Smith, Maxi Younger, Jans van Dijk. I still don't know Wolf's first name, but M Wolf. And then we got is it Duncan Falcon? Could be wrong. I'm sorry. Alex Cochran, Irmis Riss, Mr. Lind, Clank Hughes, David J. Bull representing Octan. Peace go out to you, man. Best of luck with this race. You're doing me proud so far. We've got Mr. Deacon in 13th, Nico Anders in 14th. We got Parmar, Piggy in 15th. Tommy Ilatalo. Yeah, still can't pronounce it. I see what I say. I say what I see. Pensionisti, Soyton, and the rest. Let's hope they put up a good fight for us in the midfield. Looking at Wolf right on the tail of Jan. Can he do anything? All eyes on Paul Magzai though as he goes down the inside. Takes away the position from Hago up to second. I mean up to first, sorry. Hago down to second. Is Hago going to answer? He thinks twice about it. Definitely looks like he's faster through that section though. And he's just been held up.
Okay, I'm back. Wow. Couldn't rejoin for a while.
Majority of the midfield are just bunched up. A little Constantino effect going on. Watching Octan driver David Bull currently. Just on the tail of the pack. Just all it should do is just stay patient. And just stay out of any trouble. He seems to attract trouble. Here you go, Palm. Currently gaining. Looks like he lost a bit of time actually. Might have just been Delta in turn 1 catching up. He is currently on a faster lap. Getting a bit of hate for the commentary bias. Hey, I try and stay unbiased as possible, but you know, there's a sense of fanboyism. You know, you can't help it. I'll try my best though. So looking back at season 3, I mean Maxi Younger, I think he had a bit of an issue around Bahrain, considering it's one of his best tracks. He got into a few tangles, to say the least. Unfortunately had to retire early. Let's see if he can do better this time. I mean, I say that was 2 seasons ago, so maybe we should let bygones be bygones, but I just want to see him on top again. Yeah. Maxi Younger currently on the back of Jack Smith, going into sector 2. Both drivers seem pretty even on pace. Can you give me some tyre info? I mean, word on the pit wall is that the 2-stop could be a viable option tonight.
It looks like Paul Magzier currently in P1 is on the Ultra Softs. 2 through 4 or through 5 you have Hypersofts.
So they could all be options for the Hypersofts.
It's pretty even between Hyper and Ultra. P6 through 10 are all Ultra, so see how it works out.
Mario Lind on the tail. I'm missing a good battle here, sorry. I try my best not to miss anything good, but I see this little thing in the top round of my corner telling me that there's a close battle going on. I'm like, I know if I switch now, something else is going to happen with the leaders, so I apologise if I do miss something. I need to be a bit more conservative with the camera swaps. Jack Smith though, down to 4th. Maxi did overtake him.
Jack Smith's up on some traffic though.
Maxi's in a black car because for some reason his thing didn't work. Something was wrong with the entry list, and looking at it now, I'll tell you why. Because it says GP Maxi and not JGP. So I apologise to Maxi for that.
Jack Smith spins, but he recovers, keeps it together.
That's
drifts around the corner. Wow.
I mean, that's good news for Maxi, who had a bit of a Jack Smith problem on his rear end, but
I got that wrong. Okay. A lap ago I said that was lap traffic, but I looked at it wrong.
Maxi just needs to focus now. There's a battle happening ahead between Magzire and Pom, and yeah, Maxi just needs to get as close as possible without getting too close between these two, because I just know something's going to happen. You can just feel it in the air. As Magzire locks up and goes a bit too right. A lot of oversteer going on there as he exits out of turn 8, I believe. Hygo Pom reclaims the lead, and Maxi is all over Magzire. Well, you'd think so. He's about 3 seconds off. He's a lot closer than he was 5 seconds ago. That was a great recovery from Paul Magzire though, and he's probably just spent all of his airs recovering. So you'd assume that Hygo Pom might have the advantage now, but Paul Magzire is staying as close as possible and is going into the pits. They both are. Nope,
not Magzire. He backed out the last second.
in. Paul Magzire was a bit of a decoy going on there, playing a bit of mind games. Who knows? Was he just second guessing the idea?
We'll see how this works out.
Hermes Riss up to third. It looks like Maxi Smith is also pit. Can you confirm what tyre Hygo Pom is leaving the pits on?
Leaving the pits on the Ultra Softs right now. He's out through turn 1.
Maxi down to 7th. Hygo battling against Clank Hughes. He did come out ahead of him, but Clank was on a fast one. This could be vital. How long can Clank hold up Hygo for? Hermes Riss up to 3rd. Jan van Dijk. Dijk.
I believe Van Dyke.
Van Dijk.
The pronunciation.
Is it? Hygo right on the tail. You could barely swing a cat between those two. David Bull getting very close. The likes of Stoyan. He's down to 16th at the moment.
Magzire does not pit again. He's going for another lap.
Jack Smith trying to overtake Mario Lind. Can't seem to go for it though. Hygo should have DRS now. As he eyes up and overtake.
DRS open.
Clank manages to stay ahead, but they're neck and neck. Going into turn 4. It's anyone's corner. Hygo tries to stick it around the outside and gets ahead.
Amazing.
Good stuff. Amazing. It was a nice clean drive between the two of them. Shame that Clank lost out in the end, but I mean, Hygo. Oh, bit of oversteer there from Clank in the background, but Hygo, like I was about to say, Hygo is in the best track position leading into the next corner, full throttle. Gap is slowly forming though. Paul Magzire yet to pit.
Staying out for another lap, I guess.
What is his end game? Nice clean DRS overtake for Wolf there, leading into turn 1. Don't overshoot it. Maxi Younger gaining on the likes of Clank Hughes. Clank, has he pit yet? I don't think he has. Currently on lap 11 of 33. They have a lock up there in turn 10 for Maxi. That'll cost him. This is the part of the race where everyone just finding their groove now. You can just see all the gaps forming. I know I probably say this every week, but it makes good filler. Fastest lap from Hygo Pom with a 129.1. Maxi currently on a 129.5. Slowly chipping away at Clank's lead over him, but will Clank will he just pit? You know, as soon as Maxi gets close enough, will he hold him up? Both could be on completely different strategies. Prisoner, can you quickly remind me what tyre Maxi is currently on?
Ultra soft.
He's on the ultra soft, so he pitted. He was on the hypers and he pitted for the ultras. I think that's right.
Paul Magzire has yet to pit. Still on those ultras.
Hermes overtaking Van Dyke around the outside of him, goes down the inside even. The head's gone as I quickly take a 2-second break. There was 2 overtakes there, so we had an overtake from Hermes Wrist to get into 2nd position, and Maxi finally got past Clank, and now he's up to 5th. Maxi, our current reigning champion in the hybrid series, hasn't had the best of starts this season. I mean, looking at the last race, he finished down in 7th. You know, I'm sure he has his reasons, but I mean, this is not the Maxi we all know and love. This is just going through a bit of a rough patch as Hermes pits alongside someone else. I could not tell you who that is. Tom Richenford. I want to say he's a new driver. I could not tell you. Sorry.
Hermes comes out of the pit with the super softs. Bit of traffic into turn 1. He still takes the corner.
Paul Magzire still ahead though. Hermes down in 8th. Goes down the inside with Wolf. Is Wolf really going to battle him? He is. He is for position at the end of the day. Wolf trying his hardest to hold on to the reins of Hermes Wrist. dirty air is not going to help him though. Goes deep into turn 10. Manages to make it perfectly though.
Paul Magzire lines up for the pit now. After 13-14 laps.
And this should put Van Dijk into first position. He also pits though, and Hagopom will make it out in time, I believe. They're both neck and neck, and it's Hagopom who comes out in front. Just in time, that was beautiful.
Magzire went for the super softs.
So you'll be going for the one stop.
Van Dijk also left the pit on super softs just now. Guess we missed that.
So yeah, Van Dijk was in second, decided to pit. Comes out in 7th. And the race is on. The gaps. And the pit stops are out of the way. You see that the gaps aren't even that big. As Ermis overtakes the likes of Wolf. These guys neck and neck for position. It's back and forth between the two. There's rumours that Wolf will be retiring from KTM after this race, which is sad to hear. You know, Wolf has been with us since the start. He's been on sabbatical a few times, but you know, he has priorities. You know, like a lot of us do, and you know, I wish him the best. If the news is true, hopefully this won't be the last we'll see of him though, because he definitely puts on a great race for us.
Nico Anders touches with, oh man, who was that?
Was it Boozer? His Boozer's gone off in the last
yes,
corner.
Yeah, that was it.
That's sad to hear. There's Stoyan and Bob Deacon pit. Bob Deacon unfortunately overshooting his pit. And Dave Southwood as well, also pitting. Alex Cochran up to 13th position. Tommy Alato. Hagopom developing a bit of a gap now. As I remember what I was trying to do, which was not that. What the heck is that? Change it to intervals. The intervals I want. Yeah, let's put the intervals and see. Ermis Riss setting the fastest lap of the session. Remember everyone, will be accepting votes for the driver of the day at the well, the closing for the vote is the end of the race, so remember to get your votes in beforehand, and remember to remind me at the end of the race what you voted for.
Do you have any favorites in mind at this point of the race?
I honestly feel like it can go any way. It's I mean, from the top 5, honestly.
There you go, just went wide into the dirt, but he's still on track.
Yeah, he's built up enough of a gap, but he will have Magzire on his tail now. And he's gaining, and he's gaining.
Here we go.
That was not the mistake he wanted to make.
Who's going to break first?
Magza claims the inside. But it's Hago who has full slipstream. Goes on the inside. Magza squeezes him, tries to get as much room as possible. Who can hold on? We're in this section. Be down to who can take turn 10 the best now. Hago will be hoping to brake as late as possible and make the corner so he can get DRS. Both drivers trying to use as much of the track as possible so they can get on the throttle as fast as possible. Uphill. Clip the apex on the right. These guys know this track on the back of the hand. Both of them just trying to find an extra bit of gravel. They can get an inch.
Bit of traffic coming out of the pit lane right now.
Yeah, you're right there.
It's T1.
Looks like a
It should be interesting.
DAC driver. An Alpine boy up the road, is it? I've seen this view 1,000 times before. Hago trying to find a way around Magza. Soon it'll be vice versa. Well, you'd assume so. These guys are at each other's throats on track the most. As I'll be saving up all of his boost for the DRS straight. Compensate for that straight line speed as soon as that DRS is open. Bit of traffic now as he stays around the outside. Does it affect the battle? I think it might have compromised Hago's approach. Magza forcing the traffic wide. Magza making it away in the straights though. 2/10 separate their lap times. Hago bouncing off the curb a bit too harsh there.
Oh, let them pass, man. Get out of the way.
Magza looking to get any sort of slipstream off the traffic to help him.
You never want to see that blue flag when it's 1 and 2 behind you.
No, you don't. As Hago straddles the curb, is carrying as much speed as possible. Just doesn't want to let Magza run away with this one. And we apologise for all the action that's happening at the back of the grid, but you don't want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. Hago looks like he's got a better exit. Gonna make it count though, as they both head into the last corner. Hago unsettling his car again on those curbs. I don't think he's even got DRS this time round. No, he has. My bad. Magza's got a bit of an edge over him, but not much. One mistake and it's, you know, even Stevens. Mike Hughes makes it past Wolf up into 7th. Makes you think as Hygo Pom pits, goes for the 2-stop. Yeah, it makes you think what have Ragged Edge got in that car? Are they burning oil or something? Jack Smith also pits.
There's so much action all over the grid right now. It's so hard to follow.
Hygo Pom makes it out, but Jan van Dijk edges ahead of him. Hygo Pom taking a lap to get these tyres up to temperature, but obviously he's on the faster, fresher tyre now. Can you just remind me what tyre he is on?
He's on the ultras.
As,
Somebody just went wide.
as Dyke goes wide, I think he just lost it. Maybe those tyres finally gave way. I'm not too sure. He's trying to keep
Takes
it
off
together.
the track again.
Ermis race 7 seconds behind his teammate now. Running with Dave southward, goes down the inside, turn 1.
These two have been battling for a couple laps now. Had a near accident 2 laps ago.
Stoyan's not letting go though. As they collide!
And I should have cut my damn mouth shut.
Oh my god, the commentators curse at it again. This is why we don't watch the midfield, because we cause them to crash. Maximilian Younger setting the fastest lap. Mario Lind goes into the final corner. Can he get ahead? There's a bit of touch in between him and Mr. Falcon. He goes back behind him for DRS, and
David J. Bull just went off.
Oh dear.
He's on his way again now. Lost the position.
And unfortunately Maximilian Younger has retired from the race, and so has Tommy Yulitalo. Nico Anders is up into 8th position. This is going to help everyone behind now. We gain a position. It's a shame to see current champion current champion of this hybrid series retire. He's not had the best starts to this season. Let's hope he finds some luck in Germany, his home race. Running with David Bull now, who's on the tail of Stoyan. Stoyan locks up though.
Nice overtake.
Yep. But they're both neck and neck going to turn 10. David Bull, bit of a lock up, but makes it past. Stoyan should have DRS though, which won't help the likes of David, but should be able to keep it together. scraps in the midfield. You don't want to miss them because they're some of the best racing. They're just evenly matched, constantly going at it. These guys are thirsty for points. They'll do anything to get them. It's good to see, you know, David Bull so close to the points. You know, this season is one of the toughest grids. So teams last season, you know, would have been there fighting for regular points, and now desperately trying to hold on to 1 or 2 points. Well, big teams are taking a hit. As Bob Deacon looks like he's having a bit of an issue. If he slowed down to let people by, I don't know if there was a bit of contact previously, because he was ahead. Ermis Riss is slowly chipping away at Magsire's lead, down to 4 seconds now. Igo Pom, who had pitted, is 12 seconds away in 3rd position. And few drivers heading to the pit. David Bull, Alex Cochran, both drivers battling for similar positions, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out where.
Bull goes for the hypersofts.
And there's not much of the race left.
Yeah.
Might be able to keep them going.
Cochran also on the hypersofts.
Running with Ermis, who's just look at the way he drives, man. The way he manages to keep it together, though. You know, if you try to drive like that, it would not end well. But this guy seems to have this car on rails.
I don't drive this series for a reason.
I swear this guy just brakes later, he downshifts faster. Whatever ragged edge has in that car, I swear it's not Trout League approved. Hygo looks like he's struggling though, he's unable to keep up with the leaders. Considering he's on the fresher tyres now. This is the part of the race where he really wants to be chipping away. Paul Magsiere. There's 6 more laps to keep his teammate at bay. No team orders here. These boys will be battling each other till the last lap. This should really decide how the rest of the season is going to go. Jack Smith's gaining on the likes of Clank Hughes. It'll take another lap or so before they catch up, while he catches up. Looks like Clank Hughes had a bit of a moment there in the braking zone, as Jack Smith closes that gap, halves it in fact. Yeah, Ermis is difficulty set to 110%, and aggressiveness is between 98 and 102%. What tires are Ermis on?
Both of the Ragged Edge drivers are on super soft. Paul Magzire coming up on some traffic.
Let's hope he gets past it quick. Oh no!
Oh my god, dude!
That is not what you want to see happen. And that just gifts first position to Ermis.
Contact between Magzire and Tom Reichenfort.
Oh man.
Who is currently P20. It's not what you want to see.
A bit of damage for Magzire now. Ermis gifts the position back to Magzire though. That is some friendly team radery. Is that the word? Camaraderie? Jack Smith is on the tail of Clank Hughes.
That was a word, man. I just heard on the tape delay.
Tape delay. I mean, that's the one thing you don't want to see the drivers do. You can crash with whoever you want on accident, but you just do not crash into the leaders. You know, if you're being blue flagged, you need to stay out of the way. If you don't think you can make the corner, you go off. You go off and just sacrifice it.
Can't say I haven't been there though.
It happens to the best.
even people like me.
Bit of a lock up ahead.
Jack Smith making the moves on Clank Hughes, but just can't get by him.
Nope, you're right there.
I've been watching these guys for a lap or two now.
Looks like Jack has the upper hand here. Carries the speed uphill. Can he make anything of it? Into turn 13, Clank Hughes gets the better exit. Looks like he's pulling away. Running with Ermis Riss though, who looks like he might have the upper hand heading into the second sector. .5 separate between them. Ermis Riss carrying a lot of speed.
110% attack. This is insane to watch.
I mean, Ermis letting his teammate through only to prove that I don't need to don't need to try. Let's see what Magzire has up his sleeve. It makes you think, do these guys share a similar setup? And keep a few changes secret from one another. .3 separate first and second, and fifth and sixth. Looks like Jack Smith is closing in, but no. Looks like Plank Hughes just stays ahead. Magzire though.
Hermes has DRS into turn 1.
Is he ahead? Oh, there's touch. There's
but
touching.
they keep it together. They keep it together. These guys are pros.
Pit lane's now closed. Penultimate lap. These guys are going to be close. It's Bahrain 2014 all over again. Magzire staying ahead through turn 10. However, it's Hermes Riss who has DRS now. Both drivers.
Plank Hughes just went off and gave up a few positions.
Oh no. It looks like he only gave away one, to be honest. But,
and Tom Rakenford into the wall. What was that? I don't know if BM Racing's going to have any finishes this race.
Hermes is close in the last corner. Magzire looks to pull away, but it's Hermes who has the upper hand with Streamline and DRS. He's right on his tail.
Don't look away. Don't look away.
Magzire takes the inside. They're going to touch again. They do.
No way. Wheel to wheel through T1.
But it's Hermes who comes out on top. Magzire eyes up the outside. Full beans. I'm sure they touched again, but Magzire is ahead again. Into the second sector.
Coming into the lap traffic. We'll see how this goes.
Oh,
they touched!
No!
Magzire spins. Hermes gets away.
Hermes isn't going to let him pass this time, though. That might be game and set.
He's not going to give it up to him twice. He's going to keep this one.
No DRS this time. Too far away. He might just give that position away. It might have touched. It might have been Hermes's fault. But these guys keep it together. The battle goes on to the next race, and we have a new winner. Well done to Magzire. P1. It looked
1-2 for Ragged Edge.
It looked like they pretty much had this. He had this one in the bag. Yeah. He had the likes of Hago Palm in his back pocket. It wasn't until Hermes came to the picture that you really thought you might actually lose it.
Hago also coming home with that P3.
Yep, congratulations to him. You know,
Van Dyke in 4th, Jack Smith 5th, and Clank Hughes 6th.
Christoph Boza takes P11 on the last lap. Nico Anders in 8th. Mario Lind, he'll be happy with that. P9. Dave Southwood, the Pink Panthers. It's back-to-back point finishes. Should be happy with that. A shame Christoph could not make into the points this time, but I believe he can next time. It's not the end That's not the end of the race for Griffin. Still more to come. Falcon in 12th. Alcador in 13th.
giving the position back to Magzire in the final corner.
James, it's Ermis. You have to give the position back.
Just no team orders there. Just style and respect for teammates.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're fair racers. They don't want to be gifted a win, you know.
Oh, they just want to win.
Yeah.
Fair and square. They don't want to.
But I mean, there's people in the chat saying one of the reasons why the F3 is better, the racing's so much closer. You know, it's different styles of racing at the end of the day. The F3, it's almost kind of forced to be closer. So it's just down to the nature of the car. But the real question on everyone's lips is, who's the driver of the day? We've got the winner, but who's the driver of the day?
Give them a minute to vote.
Who's your driver of the day?
Oh man, I don't know. That's such a tough question.
Is, you know, because they all.
You know what? I know.
Go on.
My driver of the day today is Magzire.
Yeah.
Because regardless of the battle, we had a battle between Ermis and Magzire. We also had a battle between Hago and Magzire.
You're right.
And Magzire's on top for both of those fights throughout the whole race from the beginning.
Do you know what though? Ermis came back from a jump start.
That's true.
And nearly took it. So it was a bad start.
That's true.
And he made up for it.
That's true. But Magzire was there the whole time.
He was there the whole time. You know, I'll hand him that. You know,
he was consistent. He was the most consistent.
At the end of the day, he didn't qualify on pole. He wasn't even second, and he still came first in the end. So, yeah, all fingers.
We already got drivers registering for the next race.
Mate, the register's not even open yet. Oh God.
We got some drivers lining up for interviews.
That's fair enough. Let's get him in here. Where are they? I'm gonna find them. I mean, let's start with the race winner. Let's get him in here. That's, you know, just like in Formula One, that's what they start with first. So Ermis, well, you're not the race winner. Get out of here. Where's Magzire?
Bit of a mistake, Kilgore.
Well, Magzire's not there to be interviewed, so we got the next best person.
This is a good interview.
But Ermis, I mean, it was almost neck and neck between you two. Whose call was it?
No, we didn't have any team orders. Did you see what happened with Magzire in the back marker?
Yeah, we caught that.
Yeah, so that I've been in that situation, and I would have been so pissed if I didn't even get a chance to defend. So that gap to third place was big enough, and I let him back in front.
That's fair enough.
To be honest, if none of that shit happened, I think I could have gotten P1, but yeah, he deserves that win anyways because he handled it well.
Yeah, he did, and I think a lot of people have voted him as the driver of the day. But Ermis, what happened there at the start?
I accidentally hit the paddle on my gear shifter.
Oh man!
I was setting my hand on the paddle, like I pushed it a little inwards, so I have a minimum delay on start, and I pushed it a bit too much.
I mean, still a brilliant recovery drive. What was your strategy at the end? It was ultra soft to super soft, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was my plan. And I think one of the midfielders, Wolf, he drove brilliantly in defense, man. He was really hard to get past. That was really surprising for me.
We watched that.
Heads up to him.
Yeah, we were watching that. It was back and forth between you two. I believe it's Wolf's last race, which is unfortunate, you know, seeing as he did put up a good fight against you. But it's nice to hear you compliment him. But yeah, any other comments?
Uh, I guess I'm glad we got a 1-2 still. I didn't win, but second place, I mean, it's nothing to complain about after that fuck up at the start.
Language.
I was really mad about that one. Like, one thing, you have to do one thing right, and you just fuck that up. I mean, it's incredible. But yeah, congrats to Maxa, and well played on him holding off Hegopum and 1-2 finish for us.
Well, the battle goes on to the next race, and it's still anyone's game. But
yeah, it is. It's just 2 races in, and how many races are there in total, anyways?
10, and I believe there's 2 dropped races. I don't quote me.
Oh, the Magic 8 Ball.
Magic 8 Ball.
That's what the one league called it when they drop 2 races randomly after the season ends.
But yeah, we'll see what happens in Germany. Congratulations on second place.
Thank you.
Who shall we get in next then? Should we get Hago? Is he in there? He is.
Yes.
P3. There you go, P3. Well done, man.
Hey, hello. Hey. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I mean, you put up a good fight against the likes of Magzire. Unfortunately, a little bit of a mistake put you behind him, and yeah, run us through your strategy.
Definitely, I didn't have the best strategy because the reason Ragged Edge was untouched this race is because they overthinked us. We didn't even realize that US and SS is our option, but we went for a Hypersoft, Ultrasoft, and then Ultrasoft again because we saw that Hypersoft didn't really last anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ragged Edge was pretty much untouchable this race, so congratulations to them.
Yeah. I mean, you were up there though. I mean, you had probably the best starting position as Ermus jumped the start. So
yeah, that was a surprise for me. I was like questioning where he was going. What, did I sleep a start or something?
Yeah.
But I was best of the rest, what I didn't expect. In the practice before this race, I was way off the pace to compare to others, so I was expecting to be around P7, P8. So getting P3 is a massive positive.
Well, I mean, we were impressed nonetheless, and it's a shame that a simple mistake can put you back in P3. But hey, man, there's always Germany in the rest of the season.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that mistake, I think it was just a matter of time before he passed me again.
Well, I think it was a matter of time before the likes of Ermus catching up to you two, and it definitely would have made it interesting. But I think, yeah, they just had you on the strategy, and once again, the one-stop reigns supreme.
Yeah, that's no modern team formula for you.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens in Germany, and thank you for putting on a good show, man.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
Nice one, man. Thank you for racing.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Alright, so
we're getting some more votes in the chat for driver of the day. It looks like Magzire is going to win.
I mean, logically, or at least on paper, it looks the most impressive. But let's have the next driver in. Let's get Jack Smith in here. Jack, my boy, how's it going?
Hello. Pretty good. Actually, really good.
I mean, it was a good first race for your team. I've forgotten the name of.
Yeah, Vermin. Come on.
Which one? It's like, what part of Vermin? DAC.
So this the hybrid we're partnered with DAC, who's also partnered with Dragon Spirit. So technically, it's Dragon Spirit DAC Vermin Racing.
Jesus Christ. Sister-in-law team. But yeah, it was a good race, man. Good first race. It's not your first race, obviously, but it's good first points for the team.
Yeah, of course, and obviously I've not got as much experience as some of the guys in this league, so it was just nice to know that I was within the top 5. T1 could have been better. I had a few issues behind Maxi where I'd lost the rear through dirty air and stuff. But overall, I mean, it was nearly a perfect race for them in their first proper hybrid race, really.
Yeah, you were battling against Clank for a bit.
Yeah, that was intense. My heart was going for that one.
It just didn't seem like you could get past him. You had the speed, but he was just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, exactly that. Every exit I got, it was just better than mine. I had to save all this CRS, just rush straight, and then on one of them, he made a mistake into the last corner. Took advantage of it. Used the RS and the RS, and blasted past him 2-1.
All right.
So.
Well, you put on a good show for us when we did watch you. Unfortunately, a majority of the race was spent keeping up to date with what was happening in the front. But it was always nice to peer over and see what Jack was up to.
No problem. Glad you enjoyed it.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to end that interview there as I quickly try and sort out my internet connection. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah.
Apologize for the downtime. I don't know if it's also a bit fishy in the stream. People just confirm they can actually hear me. Discord's having a bit of a tantrum. I apologise. Be a shame to.
I think we're back.
Yeah, I think Discord has pulled its socks up. Any last comments, Jack, before we move on to the next interview?
I guess the only thing really, I'm not really sure what happened to Maxi during the race, but I know he had like a few issues at the start, which is due to his pit box and stuff. But yeah, I'm just a bit confused about Maxi really, because he looks like he was at really good pace during the race, and then all of a sudden just drops off and disconnects. So I don't know if you guys saw what happened. I'm just a bit confused there.
Yeah. I mean,
we didn't see it. He just kind of left. All I know is he seemed unhappy before qualifying.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It wasn't like Clank or anything.
No, I don't know. It's probably just bad start to the session. Not having his livery working. That's down to me, unfortunately. And also looking at the entry list real quick. I mean, I believe I put her in the right order, but I mean, you try and put all this effort into something, and something can easily just mess up the last second. So I apologize when something like this does happen. It's just, I mean, Carlis or Syntax will back me in this sense. You're just one person, and you're trying to keep like 20 or so people happy, and you put as much like effort into organising everything the night before, and still something's been overlooked.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, let's not end this interview on a bum note.
Yeah.
You excited for Germany?
Of course I am. Really look forward to it. Hopefully I can get a better result this time. Maybe push for a podium.
Yeah.
And also F3 as well. Got practice for that. Currently second behind Clank, who seems really, really strong going into Donington. Hopefully we won't make it the same as last time.
Yeah. Well, show me the way, innit? When it comes to F3, and I need.
You want to share that setup with me?
I
might need one.
We'll leave that interview for another day. Anyway, nice one, man. Good luck in the future.
In a bit.
And last but not least, Wolf. Hello.
Hello.
You retired now.
Yeah.
It's official. It was a good race though, man. You put up a good fight. Hermes complimented you on your racecraft.
Yeah, he said you put up a good defense, and it was really difficult to pass.
Well, more like he passed me, and I just overtook him on a straight again with the.
Well, he painted a bit of a bigger picture than that. But if you want to downplay it, that's on you, man. But yeah, I mean, just talk us through your race. What was your strategy?
I I was planning on doing Hypersoft Ultra, but at the end of the first Hypersoft with some intense battling with it wasn't gonna work out, so I switched to the Ultras and then just ran the rest of the race on them.
Fair enough. I mean, I must have taken a bit of a hit on the latter part of your race.
Oh, no, I pitted again for Ultras.
Oh right, okay, my bad. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So I mean, this isn't the end of Wolf, is it? I mean, we're gonna see Wolf in the future, right? Maybe. Well, don't leave us in suspense like that. Well, it'll be a shame to see the end of you. So please, when you do have a free weekend, come see us, man. Even if it's just to show your support in the stream.
I've retired before, Kilgore.
It's sabbatical.
He's got an Indy 500 to win.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, you did take Alonso's seat in the Formula 1 2016 league that we did. Anyway, I'm blabbering on now. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again in the future, Wolf.
Yeah, same.
Nice one, man. Have a good night. Nico Anders.
We have a hot interview waiting right now.
We do.
Hello.
Maxi Younger.
What the fuck? Hello.
Nico Anders. Hello.
Hello, man. What's going on?
Yeah, not bad. How was your race?
I got taken out in the first lap again. I mean, I was so cautious. I was literally like leaving like so much space to everyone, and yeah, they just spun into me.
I mean, T1 looked fairly clean. Where was it that the incident was?
Way at the back. I mean, I started 13th. I had a poor qualifying, so at the back, like a lot of people just, I don't know what they were doing, to be honest, man.
Well, I mean, you still managed to make a good recovery nonetheless, and you know, you got in the points, didn't you?
Yeah, I got 8th.
8th. That's a good position to finish in this pack. You know, if you have a better start, man, I'm sure you can do even better. So you just got to work on that qualifying.
It probably lost me about 20 seconds because I was literally dead last in the first lap. But I mean, what can I say? I thought you catched it on stream because it looked to me like everyone crashed out. I mean, that's what it looked to me, but I don't know.
To be honest, it just looked like a lot of smoke. I mean, watching the stream, I think I caught it as best as I possibly could. That straight for Bahrain is, I mean, you try and follow it with the Seto Corsa's free cam, like it's just not the right speed. So we need to sort that out. But yeah, it didn't seem like there was much of an incident. But I mean, I guess something went overlooked.
Yeah, well, okay. Did you already talk to Maxi?
No, but we'll get him in here now.
No, we're
sure
gonna have him in.
Sure,
interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Shall we cut the interviews short now and call it a day? Yeah.
No, the fans need to hear the reigning champion's opinion on today's race.
I'm sure we're all looking forward to it, especially me. Anyway, thank you for joining us, Nico, and we will see you next week. Or the week after. And it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Time to bring in the league's integrity with one guy.
Get those Twitch clips ready. Start recording.
Here we go, guys. Mom, get the camera. And it's Maxi. Hey, Maxi.
Hello.
What positive things have you got to say about tonight's race?
I'm not much, to be honest.
Remember, we're live, so watch the language.
I know. Yeah, I wasn't happy about that, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, run us through some of the issues you had tonight.
I got put last in the pit box.
Okay.
And every time I pit, they would lose me about 4 or 5 seconds. I was angry about that pre-qualifying, so I couldn't really focus either.
Okay.
Had some good pace at one point, but I couldn't keep it together because, I mean, I guess you can hear it. I'm not very happy.
Yeah, I mean, We've heard you chirp here in the past.
Yeah, I sort of, I spun at one point, and then I was like, I'm just gonna call it quits because there's no point racing for 7th place.
Well, you never know. Like, it could come down to that.
Yeah, I know. I maybe should have, in hindsight, stayed in the race, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you call it a day when you feel it's appropriate. I mean, you're the judge of that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Certain things go overlooked, and I mean, I intentionally set up the register, the entry list the night before, based on no feedback regarding the grid order being the wrong way. So when I get home, and it just so happens that the grid order's the wrong way,
it was
an hour before the race isn't the best time to tell me that.
It was noted 5 hours before.
5 hours is still when I was in work, so and I was the one running the thing.
I know what
you've had 2 weeks to tell me this. That's just my input. I'm not trying to start an argument on the stream.
Give the man an interview. Let him speak.
I know, but I noted it both to Kalisk and you like a week before too, when I started practicing. So
well, that wasn't brought to my attention, but I apologise. And regarding your livery, it was, I mean, a letter was left out of the thing.
I mean, that's not, as big. That's not really an issue. That it was just that my race was, hindered by
the pit box thing. I was trying to sort out half an hour before the race.
Well, both me and Only Vision had that issue.
Yeah,
it was weird
at the back, so yeah, everyone would have
it was weird because the RER guys, they were still at the front, but and the returner and all those guys, it was just me and Only Vision who were last.
Well, that is weird because if you look at I don't know if you're ever going to look at the entry list, but you are right behind one another.
It's
maybe
it's AC. I don't know.
Maybe I think it is because I intentionally flipped the grid around. So unless I've made another mistake, which I doubt it, because everyone else is in the right order. So I don't know. But I will take full blame for your livery not being there, and I know that can not being able to see your team colours will obviously take off a few tenths. Because of that saying, man, it boosts morale. You can't say that when you see the Vermin guys go past, you don't feel that passion.
I see a passion every time I see the number 1 on my car.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will make sure if I'm running it for Germany that number 1 will be. You'll be able to see it from the stands, mate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that your race didn't go as according to plan. It's a shame that we didn't get to see the 2-stop in all its glory.
It was working pretty well until I pitted the second time, because then I lost another 5, and I was just I should have been 25 behind when I came out of the pits if the pit stop worked properly, but I was 29, so I was catching them by about a second and a half to a lap, but it wouldn't have been enough to win.
Yeah, I mean, the Ragged Edge boys, they seem to be on rails at the moment. So you almost need to kind of play by their rules in a sense. If they're doing the 1-stop, you got to match them.
Not really. I was going to try something different for that exact reason, because I know I'm not going to beat them on the 1-stop. So,
well, there we go then. We'll see what happens in Germany. Yeah. Anyway, we've been rambling on now, and have you got anything positive to say about tonight's race?
I enjoyed seeing a fight for the lead.
Yeah.
Though I was kind of, a spectator. I mean, at one point I wasn't, but later in the race I was a spectator.
I mean, it's a shame that Hago Pom could not hold on to the lead for long enough.
He did the same strategy as me. It didn't work out for him.
I mean, it is what it is. But we'll see what happens in Germany. Anyway,
home race.
Thank you for partaking in the interview nonetheless and sharing your opinions.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Anyway, any last words, Quizno?
No, I'm all commentated out.
Commentated out. What was the final verdict on the drive of the day?
It looks like it was Magzire. More votes came in through the Twitch chat, and it was all Magzire.
Yeah,
we did have a few early votes for Ermis and Hago, but after I had my good opinion or my insight on the matter,
insight of the night,
Quizno's insight of the night, everyone kind of voted Magzire.
It should be like Quiz knows, like he knows.
Quiz knows.
There's definitely something in there. We need a jingle for that. Anyway, to wrap everything up before it gets a bit too late. Yeah, Bahrain. It was an interesting one. It was nice to see a battle for the lead on the last lap. It's a shame that it ended as it did, but I mean, it was nice to see Ermis give back the position nonetheless.
What do we have coming up?
We have Germany. We have Hockenheim in 2 weeks' time.
In the league in general.
Next Sunday.
Formula 3 goes to Donington Park, where you'll see me crash out in the second or third lap.
Yeah,
I'll probably leave.
yeah, right into the back of me. But yeah, 10th of February. Jot that down in your journal. 8 o'clock GMT +0. Be there or be some kind of 2D cuboid. But yeah,
right. That's enough, Kilgore.
I think I need to go to bed. I have been Kilgore Trout, and he's been Quizno. You've been watching Formula Trout Racing League Hybrid Series Season 5. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope to see you again next week. Love you all. Good night, everyone.